Welcome to the hottest grappling show in Arizona. The Valley is home to an amazing grappling community. Join us as we roll through the top jiu-jitsu schools in the state. Our goal? To highlight incredible instructors, their academies, and their amazing journeys through life and jiu-jitsu. It's not the destination, it's the journey that counts. Welcome to Rollin Through the Valley. Steele's here rolling through the valley. Here we are at Checkmat Phoenix, and with me is Karen Antunes.
Yeah, that's
Karen. So excited to have you on the show. We talked a little bit before this, so excited to have you share. And let's go back in time. How did you start jiu-jitsu? I know that's like a while back, but it's a good story. So.
Not so long ago.
Okay.
I started training, I was already 23 years old. Yeah, first time ever. I was always a little curious about it because older sibling used to train and was something that kept him in a good place, you know. And when I was 23, my younger sister kept pushing me, let's go, let's try, and I swear to you, I never want to do jiu-jitsu.
Really?
No. At my gym, the gym that I used to train, to go, they smelly guys, they're loud, they're nothing related with something I want to be, ever.
Yeah.
You know, the opposite. So then I gave it a try with her once. The first time I stepped on the mat, I fell in love with. So I have a normal life, right? I did a college, I did business management.
Okay.
For 4 years, I had like a 9-to-5 job, a normal life, right? And then I started training.
So this was in Brazil?
In Brazil.
Okay.
Back in Brazil.
Okay.
And then I started training. In 2 weeks, they convinced me, my sister and Michael, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, they convinced me to compete. It's not the crazy part.
2 weeks. It's 2 like, weeks. What do you know?
I don't even know the rules. I don't know where to put my hands. My sister and Michael, by the time, was my first coach. Since I stepped on the mat for the first time, he was there. He was brown belt by the time.
Okay.
And they convinced me to compete. And they told me, he told me, you're going to do one technique, double leg, it's called baiana in Portuguese.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hold it. It was like 3 minutes each match, I think.
Yeah.
And I won.
What?
I still can't imagine pushing someone to compete that been training for 2 weeks.
That is insanity.
But back in the time, it was really, woman is not really welcome. You know, you come and you start training, they don't care about you, you're rolling there, here. You're just trying to survive. And I had my sister with me, so which make us both comfortable being there. And that's the gym is the place that the neighbor that I grew up with. So I'm comfortable with the place, with the people there. Even I don't know who was training. So we trained like crazy, like dog fight over there, and went to competition. But after the first competition, I had no idea how big jiu-jitsu was by the time. No idea. It's a different word for me. And then after this first competition, something changed in my life. Like, I want to have this feeling all the time. And I was just a white belt. So I started, I quit my job so I could train. Yes. It's insane. It's insane.
Oh, my God.
Now looking back, like when my parents would tell me, like I already had my life, right? My parents would see and we close and they would say, what are you doing with your life? Like, you keep quitting a job, like what you all the time hurt and sore and crying because you want to train more. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So I compete another 3 months. I compete a big one. It's like a ward in Brazil. This is another federation, but it's the second biggest one in Brazil. CBJJE. You know, it's the biggest one in Brazil. After IBJJF, for sure. And then I won. Wore it as a white belt, and I was like,
doing what, like a double leg again, or
no,
was it a different game plan?
3 months, I knew better.
Yeah.
So I know more techniques. It was tough. I remember my finals, the girl, she was more experienced. She had me in an arm bar like for 2 minutes, but I was winning, so I didn't tap, stretch my arm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I win. So I won.
Wow.
And even more, and then it started opening more, you know, my mind. But I think competition is what made me find myself. I wasn't a different person. I was a pleaser. So I was the person that always, yes, I never say no to friends or family ever.
Yeah.
You know, I put everybody always first. I want to be the nice girl. I came from a family of 6, 7 kids.
Wow.
So I'm number 5 of 7.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so my parents always refer to us when they're talking about my daughter number 1 or my son number 4, you know, by numbers. So we got something on us. We're 7, we're really close, all of us. And then, yeah, I was, my special thing that I was the sweet one, that always, you know, a good student. So, and when I started jiu-jitsu, I was like, I don't want to be that person anymore. It's so crazy.
Wow.
Yes, I want to be myself. I just found myself when I started training jiu-jitsu at 23 years old.
Were you doing any other sports?
Never. I was more like athletic inclined. Like I always competitive. I always want to be the best. I was at school. I mean, we from a family that could afford food. You know, like I came from a very poor environment. So sport is not a thing, it's not an option. We have to survive. My parents could never support us with sports.
Yeah.
So maybe it was in my blood already, but I didn't have that support as a growing up. And that's the reason I moved to United States.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I never had a dream living here. So when I started coming camp, competing, going back to Brazil, I love living in Brazil, you know, where my whole family are.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing what parents do for the kids here. I was like, I still impressed.
Yeah.
Parents travel, they work all day and they still bring the kids every day to train. They support paying whatever they have to pay with every sport. And then I started seeing that people, when I came to compete, people like, I want to pay a private for my kid. I was like, even a private, you know, like it's a different reality from everything I knew. And then I started falling in love with this culture. I was like, I want to be like that. That's what made me move to here, to be honest.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so many questions. Wow, okay.
Sorry.
Was it the right environment, you think, that got you interested in competing? Because like competition is a feared thing. And for you to come in within like 2 weeks and say, okay, let's compete, was it the environment? Was it being around the right people?
Yeah, I think for sure was. You know, it was a very competitive academy, very competitive team, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, getting ready, traveling, going to the tournament. It was, I think, I'm not sure if it's just in Brazil, but because I'm Brazilian for sure, we're so warm people. You know, we want to be around each other all the time. So I spend more time with these people than any of my family members.
So you felt comfortable.
I felt confident. I felt part of something.
Right.
You know, because when they see you and you want to work hard and you want to compete, you connect with them. People with the same. And I had nothing with Michael, like nothing. We never looked to each other before. So I was training there, like my sister, not even friends. He was training, he was very selfish with his own progress. But this coaching part was always inside of him. I think you had to born with talent, some, right? His talent's natural for coaching people. He can see things, he can coach you the way. I'm not that way, I'm more like a soldier. Tell me what to do and I will do it. But I cannot make strategy and seeing things, you know, it's this magical part about jiu-jitsu that you have to be smart and passionate about it. He does. I don't. I still don't. But yeah, we all have our, you know, special things.
Okay, so would you say you're naturally gifted, or like, was it extreme hard work, or like that? That story just amazes me because like,
I don't think I'm gifted like other people, but I always gonna be the hardest worker in the man. So that gives me confidence. I'm not confident either. What's bringing me confidence? It's training more than anyone else. I know when I step on the mat, no one could have trained more than I did, so I feel confident. When my camp is like, I didn't train good enough, then I feel a little down and my confidence goes.
So when you started too, were you the only girl, or were there like just like a handful of them, or like how did?
Funny story. Like when I started, it was like 10 other girls, 12 other girls. It was a good team.
Yeah.
And then I started training, and I didn't connect with them. You know, it's they want to train more for fun, for there. They don't compete. None of them compete. And then I started going there, and I want to train. I want to train all the time. I want to.
You took it seriously.
Yeah, and I was stupid. You know, I want to smash everybody. They've been training there for longer. I was stupid and selfish. I think when you're young, that's what you are. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but yeah, I couldn't do better. So I want to smash everybody. Even they're training longer than me, I was progressing more because I want to compete. So the girls started like not liking me.
Yeah.
Because it was too rough. I don't even realize. But over time, we see like the girls quit. You know, life. They start working. They start doing this. Blah blah blah. I was the only one that left.
Stuck around.
Yes.
Amazing. Oh my God, that is quite the story. Like,
and I'm like not telling a lot of it. We don't have a lot of time.
I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really can bring to the happier side of it instead of telling all the downs and sad story about it. That's I prefer this way, you know.
Right.
But
well, tell us how you got into teaching.
It's like you really don't have a lot of option when you do jiu-jitsu. You know, you have to teach to survive. So when I'm poor, right? How can I go through it? How can I live my dream? So through jiu-jitsu, teaching. Teaching is just part of it. And I know so many other athletes that do not have a talent for teaching. And for years I thought, I don't have a talent for teaching, but I was blue belt already. And I started helping Mike with all kids class. He was hired by a social project. We have like 4 kids class a day.
Wow.
4. All the kids are like grew up in a very bad environment where like we're gonna ask a kid and the parents in the jail, the mom jail, you know, like really really nice social product in Brazil. I love it, but it was tough. Like 4 kids class, one after the other, was like 45 minutes each. I was blue belt through there, and Michael, he taught me so much. We have kids, they would warm up time, they would close the hand and go and run around like this, punching everybody. Like, by after 6 months, like first week, all kids time out. After 6 months, no kid time out. All kids like behave, and they're gonna call us even with no class time. The teacher's gonna call us. Oh, this kid is not behaving well. Can you talk with them? We talk with them. You're not gonna train jiu-jitsu if you keep doing that. Blah 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 blah. And it was kids like 4 years old.
Wow.
4 to 7, I think. Like little kids, they already understood how good jiu-jitsu was, and they want to do it. They don't want to be timeout. So the way they're going to behave in class will be different. They're going to be more respectful with each other. It was just, that's when I fell in love with jiu-jitsu could do too.
Wow.
With people's life. It changed my life and as an adult, but what it can do with kids. So I started as a blue belt training with teaching the kids. So I learned a lot. I got a lot of experience on my back through Michael. Right, because I was just helping him, but he was the person like, guiding everything. And then I came here. I think it connects what I said about the culture here, what parents do for the kids.
Right.
And I fell in love because I know it can change lives, like change mine.
Right.
You know?
So then that's when you guys, Micah and you, decided let's open up a school.
No.
How did that all happen?
My goodness, it's.
I know like it's not, like, you know, there's more to that, but
it's when you like, so we'd be teaching other people at school. We moved to other state and we got a gym with 30 members, and then we end up after 2 years having like almost 200 students. We know we could do something for ourselves, not just working for other people. So when the ideas start coming up, we need to open our own school instead of letting people use our name, right? Or like our talent. But how can you open a gym when you have no money? Every single penny we make with jiu-jitsu, we spend with jiu-jitsu. Like affording competition, you know, like traveling. For sure, with time we got sponsored, but the sponsorship is a partnership. They don't provide everything you need to survive. So it is part of the thing, and then we started thinking, and we got a lot of help when we opened our school. Like I still can't believe it happened.
You know what they say, you never do it alone, right? There's always people behind you helping you.
Yeah, but first month, so I I literally survived through Fight to Win for a year. Because Seth, he was really good on paying a good price for me. I don't know about other female athletes, but he was inviting me forever, and I always say no. Michael always say no, you don't want to pay this, you don't want to pay that. I want to get paid this price, right, the purse. And one day he was like, okay, I will do it. So he probably don't know that yet, I never told him. But the first year we opened the gym, like, I don't even know how I'm going to pay rent next month. So yeah, so I fought Fight to Win like for almost every month for a year. That was pay my bills. To be honest, I'm very, very, very thankful. Yeah. So and then seminars here, seminars there. So it could help too. But it was in God's hands, literally. So every month.
This is like a huge accomplishment that you're now running a very successful school here in Phoenix, and your athletes do really well too. So amazing to hear that. Quite a story. Oh my gosh.
It's faith, you know, like believing that you're gonna work out, because you only have one option.
Yeah.
It has to work out.
See, that's the mindset that has gotten you here.
Yeah, you don't have plan B, plan C. It's one plan A. Boom, it had to work.
You're just, I love it. You're just driving me. You're like motivating me.
And it's something we don't think about. I never thought about. I would live through jiu-jitsu. You don't think what can happen in a bad way.
Right.
You only think in your goal. Okay, your goal, things gonna happen, but your goal is there. So let's get there.
Right.
And now I'm getting older. I truly believe it with energy and everything you put on it. So it's like working out, growing the muscle. So I'm growing a different mentality, you know, think what it could be good, your goal. Put the goal there and just go there, don't get distracted. And I think that's how I could have successful on competition. Even I don't have, like, I'm not 100% I'm not the most talented, but I always have a goal. So it doesn't matter what happened, I'm gonna get there.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Pause for a second. That's amazing. Oh my God. I'm like about to cry. Such a
If you cry, then you make me cry, so don't do it.
Amazing. Okay. Okay, so what does jiu-jitsu mean to you? I know that's a very loaded question, but
it is, and I think a lot about that. So I have almost 2 years old. I have almost 7, almost 2. They both from July, both girls. The mentality when I have my first one, it was so different. There was no time to think. When I was pregnant, as soon as she was born, I would just want to go back training. And I didn't know why, but it's what brings me joy in life, to be honest. You know, my kids, it's gonna be always my priority.
Yeah.
But second baby, okay, she's 2. And I've been thinking about coming back to competition since she was born. When she was 2 months, when I had to get hernia repair because it was a hard pregnancy with a lot of, it was stressful, so I couldn't work out, I couldn't train. So I got hernia. When she was 2 months, I got hernia repair, like really painful type of surgery. So it took me 6 months to be able to train again. And then I started training, barely trained. Then boom, I hurt my knee. And then took me like, gosh, I'm still healing from it. And then I signed up for an open, an adult, in April. I signed up Friday night. Sunday morning, I got hurt. I broke my big toe like that.
Yeah.
Like another 6 weeks. So I feel like I'm always trying to come back. It's like the universe telling me,
yeah,
don't do it. But as soon as I told myself I'm going to compete 1 more year as adult, I got happier.
Yeah.
It's like I was in this dark place.
Yeah.
Even motherhood, it's the most amazing thing happened with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as I told myself I'm going to compete, I changed. You know, something changed inside me. I got hurt, but happier. You know, like tired, but happier. Frustrated because it's so humbling coming back, but happier. So I know I need this. I need this part of my life to be happier so I can be a better mother, wife, coach, teacher, whatever. If I don't have this part of my life, it's like I'm empty.
Yeah.
I'm more sad than happy, and I don't want to be like that. I want to be the best as I can.
Yeah.
So I need jiu-jitsu. It's
that is truly a blessing to find something that you really love to do that also pushes and drives you, and to have a career based on that, like on jiu-jitsu, and this truly fulfills you and makes you who you are.
Yeah.
So that is amazing to hear. I have goosebumps with you over here. It's so amazing. I know you're an active competitor. What are your thoughts on competition, and do you think it's for everyone?
I don't think competition is for everyone, you know, because I've been teaching and watching. Some people are very gifted, talented, like athletic and smart, but my theory, okay, when you have such a good life and an easy life with no difficult, doesn't matter what type, you are soft. People are gonna hate me for that, but you're soft because I have students so talented, and the parents gonna pay for them to train, dietitian, psychologist, so you have a good mental health to compete, to train, good diet, you're gonna personal training, we got you. We're gonna do this, we got you. We're gonna travel. Even they're not rich, you know, it's the sacrifice in their own life as a parent. So the kid can have everything, every support they need to thrive, right? And the kid, first time they lost, they hurt a little bit. They got here. I'm overtraining. You're not overtraining. You like teenager. Teenagers don't overtrain. Let's go. You know. You don't even know what overtraining means, but life's so easy that it breaks you somehow. It's like your parents breaking your legs. I had such a hard life growing up, like hard in every single way you can imagine. Every experience a kid shouldn't go through. When I'm on the mat and I can be losing by
It's okay. You give it all you got. Yeah.
I'm so good on holding that.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm tearing up too. This really means a lot to you. I can see that.
I hope you get good.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Oh my God, I'm crying too.
And that's why I don't like to talk about like the hard part of it, because sometimes it breaks me down.
Yeah.
And I think I hold it for so long, sometimes it just boom.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't talk about the sad part with no one.
Yeah.
I think I'm thankful for every, like, hard and bad experience, because it's what made me through it, you know? We don't have just good times on the mat. It's hard. It's hard. So, but nothing gonna be harder. Nothing here is harder than what I went through in life. You know what I mean? I lost a brother. So this prepared me. So I think that's the way I live through. When I see kids, their life's so easy, they cannot make it because the mat life is not easy either. You know, even parents want to do everything they can. It's you. You need that. It had to be in your heart. That's why I believe you can teach heart. You can't. You know,
absolutely.
I mean, sorry. So when I say like what I think about competition, I don't think it's for everyone first because of that. You know, you had to have some knowledge in life that make you harder and some sort of it, if it makes sense. You know what I mean? But also a lot of people like to train jiu-jitsu for self-growth, like for a hobby, I used to joke with everybody, it's just therapy. When I cannot train, I get so stressed. I get mean, I get mad. You know, when I train, I'm just so relaxed. And that happened with a lot of people, but they don't like the feelings of competing. They don't have to. You still get all the benefit of training without competing. I think, my advice, you have to compete at least once to have the feeling that I had, finding myself when I went to compete. It's so hard, but also it make you a whole thing, you know? Like it fill those empty spots. So if you don't try, how you know? You have to try at least once. And then I won't bother you anymore.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. What is your competition mindset, and what do you share with your students?
My competition mindset started way before when I started camp. So I'm gonna work as hard as I can, as hard as my body will let me. I'm gonna work as hard as anyone there. And when I step on the mat, I want more than anyone else. The other girl on the other side, she don't want more than I do. And that's my mindset. So I know I trained, I know I'm ready. So whatever happened there, it's the best gonna win. And I know it's not always the best jiu-jitsu that wins. It's not. It's the mental, you know, the way you wake up in the morning, you know if you're going to win or it's going to be a battle or you know you're going to lose. You got that defeated already when you don't feel. And I felt that before. You know, I felt both ways.
You're so mentally strong. Wow. Wow.
I don't even know.
You're just like, you are focused on the goal.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
And you don't know that. Like, you only start thinking one way. You got the right people by your side.
Right.
It guides you to the same. You know, when I start not believing myself, then I got Michael shake me up and said, "You good, and you're gonna do this. You're gonna get it. Let's go." Sometimes I'm feeling, you know, too good, and he guides me on that way. He's a really good partner in life, not just as husband, you know, but on the mat.
What is one of the biggest lessons competitions and competing has taught you?
Gosh, there's so many. First, I learned about myself. I think that was the most important part. I learned that we can dream. I learned that if you work hard, you can get anything you want. It's literally the biggest one. It's how much you want something and how much you want to work for it. You know, you can do anything you really want it.
So is this what you tell your students?
I tell them.
You probably motivate like all of them with your
stories. I'm not a big
is,
talker, you know, like it's not.
I love it though, because it's very direct and to the point.
Maybe we have students with us for 5 years and they never heard any of those things.
Really?
You know, I'm more quiet because I trust Michael so good on speech and pushing. So when I got more personal to the student, you know, then I'm gonna give a piece of advice. With my kids, they compete, I go there and I try to push them. Kids are a little harder for me because I just want them to compete and be happy. I don't want to bring extra pressure. I don't really care about the result. I don't, because they're learning. It's like school. I don't care. I care on how they're gonna do the math. If they want to try, if they want to get happy there and they want to try things that we work so hard here. I get really sad and frustrated when I see them froze, dealing with all the emotions. It's hard. It's hard for everyone. Can you imagine for a kid to just finding out? Yeah, so I try to be more supportive than the pusher.
Do you offer competition classes?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Actually, our kids' class, it's a competition class.
Really?
Yeah, they work so hard. You have to come a day and watch.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, not the baby, because we started 4 years old, our baby class.
Yeah.
It's a more funny environment, you know, like they're learning how to run and to walk and to push, to hold the gi. So it's not, we don't really push them to compete a lot, but the older kids, 7 and up, yes, we do.
How do you run your competition classes? Is there anything different that you do compared to the regular classes?
No, it's exactly the way I train myself.
Okay.
Yeah, they do a lot of drills, they do a lot of techniques, they do a lot of sparring. So the kids work really hard, and the class is pretty much the same one as I do in the morning. Do
you teach them about the rules at all?
Yes.
And do they like comprehend that, or does it take
a while? Take a while. We do a lot of specific training. Let's say you start on this position, and the first one that get point, you stopped. So they start putting together what a point mean, what a side control mean, what a mount, why I have to pass the guard. You know, this way it's easier for them to understand. If you just talk about rules, they have to be actually doing it so they understand about the rules.
What advice would you give your younger self if you could go back in time when you first started jiu-jitsu? What could you tell yourself?
That was no big advice. I think if I knew what I have to do it, I wouldn't. You know, like if I could look and see all the steps that I had to go through, it's so much easier just to quit, find something else to do it. I just did because I had no idea. You know, like we said before, I had a goal and I set a goal, and nothing would stop me to get on that goal. If I go back now, I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
I was maybe just keep believing it, whatever it's inside you, because I had no idea what I was doing. I just had this something inside me pushing me through, and just don't give up.
You need to start a podcast.
I'm not really good at talking.
Or something. Be like a motivational speaker for like jiu-jitsu, because you have so much to offer and so much to like really share with people in jiu-jitsu. So
thank you. But I don't really feel like confident to.
You should.
To push people.
You should.
I guess I just break down in tears.
What are you currently excited about for the school and for yourself, for the team? What's happening here at Checkmat?
Like right now is this, I got this hope that I'm gonna be able to compete as an adult. I just want one more year, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what kind of result, I just wanna go through competing, like it's having my life back.
Yeah.
No, like it's not that I'm frustrated. I'm not, thank God, I'm not frustrated. I got every goal I wanted. The biggest goal is being a world champion and as a black belt, and I thank God I did. It was 2018.
Okay.
At least it was like 7 months. It was so cool that year, you know, because I felt no pressure. I just want to fight.
Yeah.
Because I just had a baby, so I just want to compete. I didn't thought I could win ever. All the pressure I felt tense from the other years, I didn't feel that year. So sorry, it was pants, then words, everything that I competed that year was so light and so like I got joy on it, you know, like I was when I was white belt. It was really fun. So I just want to give myself one more year before I retire. I want to retire as an adult because I cannot train as much as I did when it was before having 2 kids and it's cool to run. I have to be realistic. You know, I want to kind of sacrifice one more year, other things, so be able to be that happy again. You know,
I would love to see you go out there again. And
so
now knowing
Phoenix Open, it's my first competition as adult. That's what I'm. Hoping so.
Now knowing a little bit more about you and your story, I'm going to be rooting for you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
That is so cool. Any plans for the gym itself?
Yes, we got those 2 boys from Brazil. And boys, they're really 20s, but they look like they're my kids, you know. We adopt them. It brings a new joy for the gym because other people want to train with them too. They're young with so many dreams. I got a lot of help when I came here, so that's when I want to give back. You know, it wasn't plain or anything, but when they asked to stay, I don't have a lot, but I can help a little. You know, they stay here training with us. They give it like a new energy for everybody. You know, they're exciting, young. We're very excited with them. They just compete. Tournament.
Yes, I think.
On Saturday.
I did see them. Yes.
The blue belt got double gold.
Yes.
Brown belt got gold on his weight class and second on, but he's small. So we happy with the result. They just competed this weekend on American Nationals, so I'll be here handle things while they compete.
Awesome. Awesome. Where can people find you on social media?
I have my personal Instagram, Antunes BJJ, and also Checkmat Phoenix Instagram. We post a little bit. We're not really good on social media, but we're trying on it.
I can help you with that.
I'll help. I'll welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know there's so much more to that, but like just a little bit that you gave us was amazing, and I really appreciate it so much, and your time, and you guys are amazing here. And
we try.
So many good things to say. So
let's train now.
Much.
No, thank you. It was my pleasure.